Good evening. Good evening, folks, and welcome. Welcome to the Monday Weekend Wrap-Up. It is Monday. That means it's the Monday Weekend Wrap-Up. March 21st, episode 7. We've made it to episode 7, and I think we have finally figured things out, as always. Introducing our guests, today we have Cultured Left Foot and Milothe1st. Welcome in, fellas.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
We are frozen. We are frozen. Hold on one second.
Live.
It's all live. That is so weird. Hold on one second. Let's see here. There we go. All right. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we doing?
We're good. Good.
Good, thank you.
Welcome in, Mumera, Stefan, Chavi Ball. We'll get to Chavi Ball. All right, well, we got a great show tonight. We got some fun topics. Let's take a look at the topics. This week, we're going to take a look at United's game. Midweek. No weekend game for them. Arsenal. 2 games this week. First time in a while for them. We got a couple games in the FA Cup to take a look at. And one big game yesterday, Sunday. We had the El Clasico on the 120th anniversary of Real Madrid. And then we're going to take a look at the World Cup qualifiers. All the World Cup qualifiers. Some things I learned this week, looking at these as well. Some interesting things. The draw is this April 1st, which will be after next Monday's show. But we'll get into that. Welcome in Extreme, welcome in Cash, and Greg. Well, without any further ado, guys, should we just get into the first topic? We have. Let's get it out of the way. We put it first for a reason, you know. Manchester United crashed out of the UEFA Champions League 2-1 on aggregate. They lost 1-0 to Atletico Madrid at Old Trafford. United have now been absent from the quarterfinals of Europe's finest competition in all but 2 seasons since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. A Lenin Lodi header from an Antoine Griezmann cross was the difference between the sides. United are out. What is next for United? Where do we go from here? Cultured, why don't you give it a go?
Oh, was I really hoping you'd go Milo first? It's just a big rebuild, isn't it? It's a big everyone knew it was a big rebuild. I think Atletico Madrid are a tough team to play against because of just how they set up. Like, if they score first, you're always going to struggle, right? You're always going to struggle. But they're also not brilliant this season, like 5th or 6th in La Liga, I think, at the moment, or when we played them, they were anyway. And it's like, it feels like a really big missed opportunity, but it follows the whole track of the season, really, doesn't it? So far, first half is decent, second half is poor, it's lacking a bit in defence, slack off a little bit, and they get the goal. So, yeah, it's pretty demoralising and poor, but you know, there's worse going on in the world. Let's put it that way.
True. Milo, did you catch any of the highlights or anything?
I did, yeah. I wasn't able to watch it live, which I was a little disappointed about, just because work got in the way. But I think Atletico deserved it over the 2 legs. I'd imagine United fans would be disappointed, but anyone would be when you go out the Champions League. It is very disappointing. The stats I saw and the highlights really showed United did go for it, but a solid defense and goalkeeping from Oblak, who's obviously very highly rated. And yeah, they're a tough team to beat. Interesting fact for you, my first of the day is Atletico have now eliminated all 3 English teams who've won the Champions League from the competition. They're the only side to have knocked each of those clubs out in the knockouts.
Atletico, man, they got the English team's number.
Apparently,
they got the English team's number.
They do. Yeah, Simeone's he's a good manager. I think he's quite limited, but he's good at what he does. He gets a team working as a team mentality, plays good defensive, solid football, nicks a couple of goals. But yeah, disappointing. Very disappointing.
It was disappointing. But unexpected? No, I don't think so. For me, I mean,
No, and
you can't be too surprised.
that's the annoying thing, isn't it? It's not unexpected.
Yeah,
when you're underperforming domestically, though, you know, you want your team to show up for the cup games.
Yeah,
you know, like
true.
But Europe's it's a difficult one. I mean, trust me, I watch my team play amazing football week in week out and struggle to get through to the later stages of Champions League. It's a really tough one.
Yeah,
Got one fact I can give you, Cart.
Yeah, go for it.
I know Milo's a fact bomber, but it's the first time in 6 years that Man United have been knocked out of every single cup at home in the same season.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's just not going well for United right now. You know, it's just not going well. It's not going well. Extreme says, "Can we stay on this topic all stream?" United pushes hard for the first 30 minutes, and after that they fall flat. Ronaldo missing again. Yeah, I did feel that. I did feel that they pushed really hard in the first half, high press, high everything, and then the second half we just, you know, it's unsustainable. If we didn't grab a goal in that first 45, you're not surprised when our energy levels dropped off at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, a couple other Champions League matches we can talk about. Atletico beat us, and now they are going to face Manchester City. So we'll see Atletico or Simeone versus Guardiola again since their time in Spain. Also, Juve have been knocked out. I know. I think Atletico could do it, but I think Pep City will be able to do it. I think. I hope not, but I think so. We got Juve beating Villarreal, or excuse me, losing to Villarreal. Villarreal faces Bayern. Kind of a big result, you know. Villarreal.
Yeah.
Unai Emery masterclass again. Benfica beat Ajax behind a Darwin Núñez header. Darwin Núñez, I think 23-year-old Uruguayan, linked with West Ham, I believe, and Brighton.
Yep.
We'll see. They face Liverpool, which will be a nice tie, I think. And Chelsea, they go through against Lille. I didn't know this, but Chelsea will be playing the remaining home matches in the Champions League behind closed doors. So that was their last
sanctions
Champions League match. Yeah, because of the sanctions, or until that changes.
And they face Real Madrid, and probably what would be my pick of the ties, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
That'll be good.
Coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be a fun one. I think if Atletico can keep it tight in the first leg, that second leg will be really, really fun, I think, against City. But if City just, you know, they get that first goal, and then the second goal would come after that soon. So we'll see.
It's just the depth with City. It's relentless. You know, like one player's having an off, then another one comes in and he's really good. You know, like it's frustrating for the rest of us.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. That City Atletico Madrid, I think if Atletico Madrid can win the first leg 1-0, that's what I think everyone wants to see, so that City just have to go all out in the second leg.
Yeah,
that would be well entertaining, I think.
We'll see. We'll see what they can do. All right. Well, we'll talk about that a little more as those games get closer. Let's move on to another topic. Arsenal had 2 matches this week. Midweek against Liverpool. Diogo Jota and Roberto Firmino helped Liverpool win their 100th Premier League away game under Jurgen Klopp. And Arsenal have lost their first game after a 5-match win streak. Let's talk about that one first. Milo, why don't you spearhead that one?
Yeah, I mean, so the Liverpool game, I think I'd said in the build-up to this one, that's kind of what I expected. I would love to have snuck a draw out of it, but we had a little bit of breathing room points-wise going in, and it came in very handy. It wasn't a terrible display by any means, actually, by Arsenal. I said before, I don't think we're ready to win those games. You know, City and Liverpool are on another level to us still. It went right up to a massive save by Alisson. That save, then down the other end, and Jota, who really is an impressive player, to be honest, for Liverpool, he gets the goal, and then Firmino finishes it off. Like we're Arsenal closing the gap but this stat a little scary still. We've only won one of the last 18 games against sides that have been in the top 2 in the Premier League going into the fixture. So there's a real problem there, as you can see. Like that's a lot of games against the top 2 sides without a win. So with one win in those last 18. Fairly even contest, but yeah, Liverpool just more clinical. And yeah, I mean, depth for me was something that kind of stuck out as well. If you take out the young guy that came on for Liverpool, I forget his name, and then obviously Emil Smith-Rowe coming back for us. If you take that out, Liverpool brought on Salah and Firmino, and we bring on Pepe and Nketiah. And that's the depth I was talking about a couple of weeks ago on the show. It's a problem, that lack of quality depth. It's been a long time issue for Arsenal, and it's really something we have to fix if we're going to get to that next level. And I don't know if the board is willing to spend that. And then shall I keep going on to the Villa one? It's a much smaller amount of notes for the Villa game.
Sure, yeah. Let's just hit them both. Yeah,
so despite the low score, once we had the lead, I felt like it wasn't in doubt. It was one of those games, and they've been rare for me over the last few years, so it was a decent feeling, and I've had that a few times this season. Saka, great goal, lovely finish, really playing well right now. Hard not to be impressed with Saka. I think everybody's waxing lyrical about him. Grinding out those away wins. That's 5 consecutive away wins for the first time since May 2015. 4th in the table, still with the game in hand. I'm still going to stick to my guns. It's a great position. It's way too tight to take anything for granted, though. And that North London derby is really starting to look spicy.
Yeah. Culture, anything to add there? Yeah.
Arsenal, they're the 4th best team at the moment in the country. You can't argue with that. They're 4th in the table. They're doing really well. My thing with the depth is, how do you convince people to sign as a depth player, knowing that Arsenal are bringing through quite a lot of youngsters? It's going to be hard to sign. I don't think it's a board issue. Oh, well, there probably is partly a board issue, but I think it's like, how do you convince people? Well, we're not signing you to start because we still want to play Smith-Rowe, Martinelli, Saka. That's the issue I've got. How do you convince those players to sign as a squad rotation player?
And for me, my answer to that is you don't. You're going, if you make the Champions League, you're going after higher value targets, better players. You're bringing them in, and it's a competition for first team, and naturally your depth will be better than it is now. That's how I feel about it.
It's a tough one though to convince a top player to come to a team where he's gonna have to really compete for a spot. You gotta get a certain type of player.
And those players that aren't interested in that, I'm not interested in having them there.
Yep.
So I'm going to put Milo on the spot here.
Okay.
Currently in 4th. Not many games to go. What do you think?
I mean, I've been very...
Top 4 or not. Don't have to give a position. Just
I've been very Switzerland about it, haven't I, for the last few weeks?
Yeah.
You know? I think we're going to do it. I do.
There we go.
I think we're going to do it, but I still...
will.
Yeah, I'm on the fence a little bit.
Let's catch a bit of chat here. Magical Martinelli. Martinelli did well. Martinelli had a good game. He had a really nice dribble. It was against Trent, though. I don't know. Is Trent a good... you guys rate Trent as a defender? I don't really rate him as a defender.
I think Trent's an amazing right back, and I think he's an amazing modern day right back, where you're dependent on your centre backs being able to defend and your holding midfielder being able to defend. And I think Trent suits Liverpool and he suits England, right? That's what England have 3 centre backs and Liverpool have 2 very good centre backs and a good holding midfielder. So I think Trent's great. Like, for what he does, he's really good. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, if he was at Brentford, I don't think it would work, you know? But
look at Norwich, right? Everyone wanted Max Aarons, and now he's struggled in the Premier League because they're still trying to... Well, they did still try to play that attacking football under their previous manager. Was it Farke, I think, managed them? But now under Dean Smith, Max Aarons doesn't get picked because it's too attacking, and it's all...
In an attacking team such as Liverpool, those kind of wing backs are going to flourish. We've seen it over the years with lots of different teams. So Yeah, I mean, it was a good run by Martinelli, and he is capable of that. I still wouldn't mind seeing him play a bit more at number 9. Trouble is, Lacazette's been playing really well, just not scoring goals, but he's doing all the dirty work up front, and he really is causing problems. So it's hard to shake it up when that's happening.
Yeah. I mean, Reigns makes a very good point in the chat there. Trent's defensive abilities are decent, but it's not his speciality, and you don't buy Dani Alves to stay back.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting.
Ron says I've jinxed it.
Yeah. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mohamed Salah, Andy Robertson all have 10+ assists in the Premier League. First time since a team has had 3 players with 10+ assists since them in 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, so pretty nice attack they got there.
We'll say about Liverpool, right? There is an element to Liverpool around about quantity. It's not always quality of crosses. There is quantity around Liverpool. Right. There is just a lot of delivery into the box, and it gets them goals. You can't argue with that. But there is a lot of just it's not long ball. I'm not deriding it that much to say it's long ball, but there is a lot of let's put crosses into the box and see what happens. And it just so happens they've got good attacking players with great movement, so it works.
Yeah. All right, well, moving on to the FA Cup. We had the quarterfinals on the weekend. Middlesbrough-Chelsea. 2-0 win for Chelsea. They've now won 12 of the 12 games of the last 13. Romelu Lukaku and Christian Pulisic scoring. Mason Mount recording his...
I thought it was Ziyech.
Oh, Ziyech. Sorry, Ziyech. I think Pulisic might have had the assist. Sorry.
Nothing gets past fact checker Milo.
There we go. No, yeah, you're right. I think I was reading the Champions League match.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Mason Mount now has 50 goals. He's been involved in 50 goals across all competitions for the young English attacking mid. Middlesbrough. Have you guys ever been to Middlesbrough? Is it in the middle of something?
No, it's right up north.
It's right up north, so it's not in the middle of anything.
My memories of Middlesbrough are them getting battered at Highbury a lot.
Oh
yeah, my general memories of Middlesbrough are them getting battered everywhere in England.
They had 0 shots in this target. They were so bad that even Romelu Lukaku scored.
He's tap-in king, Lukaku.
I tell you what, though, it set up a spicy, proper FA Cup London semi-final with Palace, and I'm looking forward to that. Chelsea Palace. That should be a good one.
Speaking of,
yeah.
Crystal Palace won 4-0 to Everton. Just destroyed them basically. Yeah. First semi-final for them since 2015-16 when they were runners up. That Alan Pardew samba thing or whatever it was.
Yeah, when he danced and then it all backfired in his face because he's an arse. Yeah.
Everton's so frail right now.
They're going down. I think they could go down. I really don't rate Lampard. Like, that team is top heavy. The defense is poor. The FA Cup was their holy grail, their saving grace, I think. And now they've just been battered in the FA Cup. That's confidence is low, and you've got a manager in Lampard who can't coach defending. So I'm worried for Everton.
I watched a bit of this game, and Everton actually started all right. They started quite brightly. And then the minute one thing went wrong, you can just see, like, mentally, they just collapsed. And that was it. Palace just eased to victory.
Michael Olise, young player for Palace. He's has 8 assists across the Premier League. Highest for any player below 21, along with Phil Foden. Also, Frank Lampard.
From QPR, wasn't it, I think? Michael Olise.
Yeah. And Frank Lampard is the 3rd Everton manager to lose each of his first 4 away games.
Ooh. Lampard might have to suit up for a game here.
Since 1956. That's pretty wild.
Lampard going full kit wanker for Everton.
Yeah, he might have to come on, play a manager.
Then we got Southampton, Man City. City are into the semi-cup finals. The FA Cup semi-finals for the 4th time in 6 years. They won 4-0 at St. Mary's. City have now scored 4 goals in a single match for the 80th time under Pep Guardiola. That is the next most by an English club since, or behind Liverpool, 58.
That's interesting, considering a lot of people talk about how boring they may or may not be.
You know, they score the goals, but like, you know,
They do.
let's see, like, you know, you could liken it to golf in a way, right? A tap-in putt is a tap-in putt, right? But a tap-in putt in the Champions League final, or in a Masters, or in a U.S. Open, or the British Open, it has a different feel to it, right? I want to see these tap-ins in the Champions League final, you know?
Yeah.
I know they can do it on the tour. They can do it at TPC Sawgrass or wherever, you know?
I think any combination of City senior squad would have seen off Southampton relatively easily.
Fair enough.
I know. And Southampton made it so interesting when it got to 1-1 just before half time.
know,
You're
yeah.
like, oh, there's a chance. And then, no.
Yeah.
I
Taken
think
away.
Foden's goal was quite a nice hit.
It was a nice goal. It was a nice goal. And last but not least, Man City will be facing Liverpool, who beat Nottingham Forest. Liverpool are into their first FA Cup semi-final under Jurgen Klopp. Diogo Jota, with a nearly offside goal, is now the highest score Portuguese player across the top 5 leagues with 19 goals. And Cristiano Ronaldo is right behind him with 18. So it was a good game, I think.
We're going to refer to him as the omnipresent Diogo Jota.
He's good.
He's just everywhere.
He is. He works really hard. I mean, you got to praise Liverpool's scouting team for that as well.
Yeah.
Like, because I think a lot of teams could have picked him up from Wolves, and they saw something there that was equivalent in stats and numbers to Salah and Mane, and thought, "Yep, he'll do." And they did a good job.
I'll tell you what, it was a good game, that one as well, and really close. And that's, you know, you get that magic of the FA Cup stuff where, you know, 78 minutes it took Liverpool. Even if they were the stronger team, Forest had a couple of big chances. And, you know, at Forest ground as well. Like, it's just, that's why we love it. That's why we love it. It's a shame. You know, I thought Liverpool would win, but Forest made it interesting. I'm glad of that. And that, the semi-final is obviously a replay of the Carabao, or whatever it's called, Cup final. So should be interesting.
Gonna be good.
Yeah. And let's get James Garner back in that United midfield, next season.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's looking really good.
Looks good.
All right. The biggest match, I think, of the weekend, El Clasico. Barcelona defeated Real Madrid 4-0, which halted Real Madrid's celebrations for their 120th year anniversary. Xavi Hernandez led his team with goals from Araujo, Ferran Torres, and 2 from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. That's 7-7 for Aubameyang. And Aubameyang is the first player to be directly involved in 3 goals in his first appearance in El Clasico. 2 goals and an assist. He's flourishing. What do you guys make of this game?
Could have had a hat-trick.
He could have had a hat-trick.
Do you want me to go first?
Go for it.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go.
Yeah, I mean, great result for Barca. Very impressive. They're interesting. Well, they're good form, to be honest. Continues under Xavi. Oba, look, the Oba thing, I've told you all on this show, and I will continue to say it. It's the honeymoon period that every team gets with Aubameyang. It will end in tears. It will. You'll see. It's going to be in maybe 2 years' time. But till then, he'll be great.
Okay.
Till then, he'll be great. He was fantastic for us for all of the time he was with us, bar the last 8 months. And he even said in an interview after this game that the finished footballer did really well, or something like that, it translated to, because some Arsenal fans had said he was finished. And look, I've got no problem with Aubameyang, other than you clearly weren't trying for the last few months at Arsenal. Now, that ain't the fans' fault. I don't know what that was, but you weren't this player. You had been, and then something happened to you, and you decided you couldn't be fucked to play like Aubameyang anymore. And so that's why I'm like, piss off. I've had enough now. Stop talking about Arsenal. You're not there anymore, Aubameyang. You're now in Barcelona. Enjoy it. Enjoy chasing Real Madrid. You're 9 points behind. You ain't catching them. So I've gone a bit of a rant here, but Aubameyang has pissed me off this week. All right? That's it. I'm done.
Didn't he do
Good.
the same at Dortmund though? Didn't he give up the last 2 months at Dortmund season to get the move to Arsenal?
Yeah, he did exactly.
Yeah. Thought he did. I know, Milo, you mentioned it before with the Arsenal-Liverpool game where Alisson made a save in the first half. This was very similar because Ter Stegen pulled off a really good save early on.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the Madrid player was that went through. I think it was Vinicius. And Ter Stegen pulled off an amazing save, and you think that completely changed the game, in my opinion, because Barcelona looked okay. Real Madrid looked like they started pretty well, and then I don't know what happened. I feel sorry for Courtois because he made some great saves. There was a Greg Valverde, thank you. I think that was it. I'm not sure, but it was unbelievable. It was there was so much to talk about in this game, but I want to hear Milo rant a bit more, to be honest.
No, I can't do it. Yeah.
But,
as I was writing my memory section today, I was remembering. I'll save it for another week. But I was remembering something that made me angry once, even though the team won, and I knew I was way too invested in football at that time. So we'll get to that another time.
Also, Ousmane Dembele, first player to score assist 2 goals in the first half. At the Bernabeu. I don't think he stays. I think he's got PSG.
He had a great game, but he's not done it enough, has he? He's not done it often enough.
He's inconsistent, isn't he?
Yeah.
Guess who the last person to get 2 assists in the first half of Clasico at the Bernabeu was?
Ronaldinho.
No.
Messi.
He was at the game.
Xavi.
In 2009.
Xavi. Nice.
2009.
Nice.
But it was a good game, though. It was an entertaining game to watch the highlights of.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Xavi's playing. They're playing some good stuff, man. I noticed it early on when he came, and they were doing some unorthodox vertical passing that wasn't very Barca-esque, but they have it all now. They have really good vertical passing as well as tiki-taka. You know, it's not just this typical snooze fest tiki-taka game anymore, like old Barca.
Ferran Torres had a really good game.
Yeah.
Pedri as well. Rumored. He didn't feature much in what I saw, but
how Man City fans feel about Ferran Torres, because I feel like he wasn't really given a chance. I don't know if he was homesick or something, wanting to go back to Spain, but he looks like a very good player. I'm surprised City let him go relatively cheap. But yeah, I'm not entirely convinced about Xavi yet. I think next season's we need to judge how it's going to go, because there still could be the new manager bounce and club legend coming in. Yeah, settling in period and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting next year to see what they do. So
we'll see who they sign. Just a couple other games around Europe. Tottenham defeat West Ham. Now over half of Harry Kane's Premier League assists have now come from Heung-min Son. Only Frank Lampard to Drogba and Silva to Aguero have assisted a single teammate more. And what else? That's our last big 6. I just had to fill that in.
Yeah, I just wrote it. You know, it was the Son show. He's unplayable at times, isn't he?
He's
everything good that happens for Tottenham is typically because Son's involved in it. He's the player that every non-Spurs fan would probably take from their squad, in a heartbeat right now.
Would you have him?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I would take Son in a heartbeat.
Nice.
Yeah,
I would as
I
well.
would. He could sit on the bench and come on for Martinelli after
Squad
about
depth.
72 minutes. Squad depth, yeah. I read there Kane has the 20 assists, as Cart said. But did you say it was only been bettered by Lampard to Drogba?
And Silva to Aguero. Yeah.
Which is that's a very impressive stat, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's all I'm willing to go as far as complimentary. But the biggest one for me is, when will this North London derby be confirmed? To link it with I think Michael Massey. It's the Michael Massey thing. The FA are waiting to schedule this game when it's absolutely perfect to make it as dramatic as possible.
Fair.
I'm tying it in with
they'll play
F1.
it in Ukraine as well, probably.
Yeah.
Move it to Ukraine.
Is it the FA or is it Amazon? given that you've got the.
It could
the
be
behind-
Amazon. Yeah, it'll be
Could be
Amazon.
Amazon.
Bastard.
Could be.
Could be
Imagine
Amazon.
Son
you it.
replaces Salah at Liverpool. Oof.
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, it would be crazy. Other notes I have from matches, we had Tammy Abraham. He has become the second English player to score a goal in a Rome derby against Lazio after Gascoigne in '92.
Been linked to Arsenal today.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
That would be
not
a
what we
good
want.
depth. That would be your depth for sure.
Depth
Arsenal
for
are going
sure.
to go for.
I mean,
I think
he'll-
he'll
you
go
know-
for Calvert-Lewin if Everton get relegated.
He'll give Nketiah, it'll be a good fight between him and Nketiah. No.
We're
He's better
going
than
for Martinez.
And Leeds have won in dramatic fashion again. I think it's the first time they've had back-to-back 90th plus minute winning goals for the first time since '99 against Southampton and Derby. Good to see Jesse March doing well. Yeah, that's about it. Let's get on to these World Cup qualifiers. Did you guys have any other matches you wanted to comment on? Anything?
No, I'm all good.
I'm good.
Nothing much. All right, we're gonna take a quick look. We're gonna take a quick look at the World Cup qualification, guys. It is all happening. The draw is April 1st. It's coming up soon. We have first. We'll start with Africa. Africa is pretty straightforward. 5 teams get in. Five two-legged ties. If you guys can see the graphic on the screen, what are your picks? Let's just go top to bottom. Egypt or Senegal? Rematch of the final. Milo, who are you
Egypt.
picking? All right, Cultured's got Egypt.
I mean, well, I would go Egypt as well for that one.
Okay. Cameroon, Algeria? Chat as well. What do you guys think? Cameroon, Algeria.
I'll go Algeria.
Algeria?
I'll go Cameroon.
Ghana, Nigeria. I don't know too much about the last 3
Nigeria
ties.
have good World Cup pedigree, so I'm gonna go Nigeria.
I'd agree. Yeah.
We'll reference
Ghana
the
still-
VOD, guys. We'll check. We'll see what
Ghana are
chat
still
says. We'll hold you guys to it. Ghana.
The
Well, that's
Ayew
pretty cool.
brothers, aren't
It's,
they? Ghana.
it's pretty straightforward. I learned a bit about the World Cup qualifying in this. Then we got the Asian Championship. By the way, Qatar's qualified: Germany, Denmark, Brazil, France, Belgium, Croatia, Spain, Serbia, England, Switzerland, Netherlands, Argentina, Iran, and South Korea. Okay. Now we have the Asian qualifying. I need to make this a little bigger. Top 2 teams of the group qualify to Qatar, so that's 4 teams. And then the third place team goes to a single match playoff on June 7th against each other. And then the winner of that plays against the 5th place team in CONMEBOL. So all the teams, I believe in group, Group B are still in contention. Or no, except Syria. So could be some interesting matches there. Iran is qualified. Egypt, Algeria, Nigeria, Morocco, Mali from Extreme. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. So I don't know. I can't. Heung-min Son. What other players? The striker from Porto, right? No, Benfica. Who's the guy from Benfica? I forget his name. Iran was talking about him the other day. I honestly don't know any other players here. So we'll keep it moving. Then, so the 5th place, the playoff, the 2 third place teams play each other, and then they face the CONMEBOL 5th place team. Taremi, that's right. Oh, he has COVID. Oh, he has COVID. Oh shit. African football isn't predictable. Anything can happen anytime. True. So here we have Brazil and Argentina qualified. Ecuador is, I think, guaranteed at least 5th place. And then it's all to play for. Peru, Uruguay, Chile, Colombia, Bolivia, all in contention for the 3rd and 4th spots. I'm pulling for Chile just because Linmer is the only real South American connection I got. So I'm pulling for Chile to make it.
I'd like to see Colombia get there. I mean,
It's very difficult because I think growing up, we've always seen Chile and Colombia do well in like they always have a bit of an entertainment factor and unknown about them, and they've always pushed teams in a weird way. So I would like to see Chile and Colombia. If I had to pick between those two,
And
probably
Uruguay
Chile
has
just edges it.
Uruguay has big games, right? Against Peru and against Chile. And Uruguay has Facundo Pelestri.
Yeah.
United youngster, possibly our new right wing when he's comes back from.
Yeah, let's see.
The gulf there between first, second, and third is crazy.
Yeah,
it's just it says it all.
Yeah,
well, look at Brazil's goal
games.
difference of plus 27.
Yeah,
And Brazil and Argentina have to play their. They have to play a replay because there was something with the work permits or the travel visas, something a couple months ago. So they're going to replay that at some point, but it's quite a meaningless game at this point. But these will be some big games. These are this upcoming week. I cut off the date just to fit them in here. Moving on, then we have Oceania. Quite an interesting situation here. I can barely see these on my screen. One team has withdrawn. Vanuatu has withdrawn. So these teams all play. Top two from each group go into a knockout bracket, and then the winner of the final of this plays against the U.S. Not the U.S. The North American CONCACAF's fourth place team, I believe. Australia is in the AFC qualifying. They're too big.
Yeah, Australia asked to be moved, didn't they? A few years back, they asked to be moved into AFC for more competitive games.
Yeah.
This is good though, because it might lead to seeing a couple of teams make it that wouldn't ordinarily be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And all these games are being played in Qatar, which is interesting. They don't have. I don't know. It's just interesting. I feel like you could, settle down your family there in one of these countries, have a kid, and then he's playing in the World Cup. Maybe. Is that?
I wonder if they're playing them in Qatar. Like, do we know the reason, or do you think maybe they're testing COVID, or are they testing facilities?
Yeah, probably testing.
No, it's pure COVID because New Zealand weren't allowing anyone in or out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they had to cancel some of these. Like, if you can see on that Group B, canceled. It's all a bit interesting there. All right, moving on to CONCACAF. CONCACAF's an interesting one. 3 big match days coming up. USA, Mexico, Panama, Costa Rica, and even El Salvador are still in contention. I think USA has the toughest run of games here. They have Mexico. Who else do they have? I forgot. I remember reading this earlier.
Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Mexico, Costa Rica, and I think El Salvador? No.
Panama. It's scrolling there. Right?
Yeah, Panama. So it's going to be tough. You never know. You never know what can happen.
The excitement up here in Vancouver is pretty immense for Team Canada. I'll tell you.
Is it?
It's kind of cool to see.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cheering for England. That's not in question. But it is interesting to see them have a team that can get there.
Yeah.
Surely
it's gonna be exciting.
The USA have to qualify. If not, it's disastrous, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that'll be two in a row. But that USA Mexico game is going to be big. I think USA beat Mexico like 3 times last year, so Mexico's going to want revenge. We really need a result, I think, to make the other 2 games a little easier.
Is Villa still playing for Mexico? Is he doing that? Carlos Villa, or no? Or is he done?
Don't know.
I don't think so.
It'd be amazing if they lined up with him and Giovanni Dos Santos and all those older generation Mexican players.
Yeah, Lozano, Jimenez, who else? Herrera, Guardado.
How dare you, Wally?
We need a Mexico specialist. Maybe next week or something we can have him all in. Anyways, moving on. And UEFA pretty straightforward. Only caveat here is that that second qualifying will be finished in, or the first qualifying group will be finished in June instead of this upcoming week, which will be very interesting. So we'll have a draw with a couple, Ukraine or Scotland type of thing.
Yeah, I mean,
that'll be interesting.
I think Ukraine are probably going to withdraw. You?
I don't know.
I imagine if they can't, I think Ukraine might withdraw. I don't want them to. It's a bit harsh, but I
don't think they would. I don't think they'll play the game there, but I mean, they have away games either way.
There's just a limit in there. That has to be done by a certain time, so it depends how long the war goes on for.
Yeah, I guess so. It just depends on how many of the players are in Ukraine.
I was thinking today, it's a little grim, but like I was thinking, like should this get resolved and Ukraine keeps its status as Ukraine, and many years from now, sanctions are removed. Imagine if they played each other. Obviously, all sporting events and everything would be huge, but like, just imagine if they ended up playing each other one day again. It probably will never happen. But
wait, you mean Russia?
Yeah.
Oh, Russia and Ukraine.
Gotcha, because I mean, if Russia has their way, there will be no Ukraine, right?
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to get to that point.
I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
It'll be great because it'll be pretty much Ukraine will be playing the match v Russia, but I think it will literally be most of the world versus Russia.
Yeah.
Like in terms of supporters and spectators. So.
I just was thinking about it at work today. I just wonder if, might never see that. But
it puts Scotland in a tough spot too, though. They got to beat
the Ukrainians. The Scots won't care, mate. They'll be like, sorry, Ukraine, but we're off to have a beer and we'll see you in the next round.
Yeah. So,
it'll
be it'll be interesting. Look at those ties; it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's some good stuff. They're a little tough to get. It's tough to get into, I think personally. But now that it's at this point, especially CONCACAF and the USA football, I'm not like on it. I don't know all the players and all the teams they're playing for. But when the competition comes around, everybody here just gets up for it, and it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Probably the same in Canada, maybe. Who knows?
They've never seen it, mate, so they don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
I think they've been there once. I think.
Would you rather see, let's say, Portugal beat Turkey and Italy beat North Macedonia? Which one don't you want to go to the World Cup, Portugal or Italy? Only one of them can go.
I don't want Italy there because England struggle against them, and Portugal would bring Ronaldo, and he's over the hill by then, and it won't be a problem. That's my thinking.
I can get on board with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see Portugal there more than Italy. And Italy also recently won too, but I don't know.
True. Yeah. True.
I don't know. Alrighty, moving on to our first game of the night.
Iran's gonna be angry at me for saying that about Ronaldo. Chat message incoming.
Can you guess the Clasicario? These are players that have played in El Clasico. There's an exception of one or two. And the focal point picture is the person who's played in El Clasico. Actually, both of these players have played in El Clasico. There's a couple that haven't. Can you guess?
Away kit.
True.
Oh,
that is Leon's away kit. Any guesses on who that is?
Is that? It's not Hleb, is it?
I will speak about the person behind him. I'll let you guys figure out the first one. The both players have played in El Clasico. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Right?
It's not Hleb.
It's not Hleb. Okay. It's not Guardiola. The
By the
player
way,
behind him wore number 4, and he was a center back. The man in the Barca kit.
Oh.
He had longish hair, wore it in a ponytail. It is not Juninho. Juninho has not played in El Clasico, as far as I know.
No, he hasn't.
Marquez is correct. Greg is correct with Marquez.
Man.
That is Rafael Marquez, the Mexican. And in front of him is a player who signed for Madrid early 2000s. Yeah, early 2010s, excuse me. It is not Zidane. Zidane signed from Juventus. Benzema is correct. It is Karim Benzema. Karim Benzema.
Well done, chat.
He signed from Lyon.
I got to admit, I don't remember him pre-Rail at all.
No,
like I just don't.
Yeah,
his head looks too small for that shirt, that body.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
looks like he's been photoshopped on.
It's like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Alrighty, here we go. Moving on. We have one Clasico player playing against. You guys could read chat if you'd like. Messi and Partey is correct. Extreme.
Yeah,
that was quick. That was quick.
Nice extreme.
Partey with his long hair at the time. All
Yeah,
right, they're gonna get warmer. We're gonna get older as we go along. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this one's a little tougher. There's a lot of options here. Okay, the guy in the forefront, Barcelona player, the celebration might give it away. Okay, Zegon has got it.
Suarez
Yes.
and Ramos, yeah.
Suarez and Ramos.
because of the wrist tattoo.
Now,
Yeah.
furthest to the left, we have a number 8. Coutinho is correct. Coutinho's in the way back.
Yeah.
Who was the number 8? Not so long ago for
Pjanic.
No, not Pjanic. Pjanic is
Busquets.
close. Pjanic is very close, though, if you know what I mean. Pjanic is very close.
Greg says Rakitic.
It's not Rakitic. Busquets is on the background, yeah. Busquets in the way background.
Pjanic is very close.
Who's number 8?
There was movement involved with Pjanic.
So,
Artur Melo. That is Artur Melo.
He was number 8. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Artur was
that was a weird
decent.
transfer, wasn't it, with Juventus?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus! That's Messi and Di Maria. There you go, guys. That's what they look like. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Leonardo.
Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure that I don't want to give away the next one. Okay, we're good. Oh, it started over. All right, hold on. We're getting back there. Koulibaly and
Live,
Bravo.
people.
Yeah, this is all live. Okay. There's a lot of players here. I think okay, it's so hard to tell after I blur them out what you guys
Oh, here we
can't
go.
tell. Can't tell.
Van Nistelrooy?
It's not
Kaká.
Van Nistelrooy. It's Kaká is correct.
It's Kaká. Oh,
Kaká
just the
is
hair.
correct.
I thought
On
made
the
this
left.
was rude.
Yeah.
Is that Eto?
That's not Eto. Okay, we have Keita, Abidal. Keita and Abidal are correct.
Okay.
Abidal is in the forefront. Keita is in the way back.
Yeah, it's the
And
guy
who
in the
is here
middle.
on the
number
right?
10?
It's not number
Is
10.
that 10 or
16?
It might be 16. It probably is.
Xavi?
No, not Xavi.
No.
Not Villa, not Pedro. Guy on the right.
Oh, he's a
Number
good one.
16.
I gotta lean in.
Busquets is correct. Busquets is correct.
Sergio.
Should I make this? Should I fill this with the whole screen over our faces, or would it be easier? I don't know.
No,
That's
I can
right.
make the win. I can make the
Okay,
window
okay.
bigger. I'm just
There it is. Abidal,
there we go.
Seydou Keita in the background, and Busquets there, and Kaká, of course. Next
Yeah,
up,
just the hair made me think it was.
we have the
That's right.
ref
Yeah.
blurred out as well, and this
Oh, Durkin.
defender.
The ref is Kalina.
Colina, correct.
It's Kalina.
Zizou,
Zizou, and number
Does
5 is
anybody
the-
know who this guy is in the front? I had never heard of this guy before. Zidane is correct.
The defender?
The defender.
Yeah.
He's
got
a
a
coach
rich
for.
shirt.
He's a coach
Or is
for.
that an armband?
It's an armband. He's coach for
Okay.
Espanyol. I think he might be the manager now. I didn't know this guy.
It's not
A-
right.
Yes, in
F-
chat is Reisiger.
Not Reisiger.
No.
AF are his initials.
FA.
No, AF.
Yeah, AF.
Oh, yeah. Albert Ferreira?
Yeah. Well, no. It's close though.
No.
Abelardo Fernandez.
Fernandez.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who that.
Yeah.
I didn't know who that was. Sorry. Yeah. All right, we're getting older. We're getting older, guys.
Yep.
Here we go. Here's one. Who's this? I'm gonna look at
Figo.
Figo.
Figo
Correct.
and
Raul.
Raul.
Raul, correct. Zegon
Yeah.
got it. Extreme got it. Everyone. A lot of people got that one. Nice guys. Nice.
Yeah.
Legends.
Yeah, they got
Right.
it before like the stream delay for me.
Yeah.
So ding.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Next one. Now, this is one player that has played in El Clasico. Obviously not in a Barca or Madrid kit. And then this other one over here is a bonus.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho. Correct.
And
This is from a 2000... And Mordecai, thank you for the follow. This is from a 2002 England-Brazil World Cup match.
yeah.
Can you guess who the other player is?
Is it McManaman?
It's not Scholes. It's not McManaman. He came on as a sub in that game.
Look at the hair.
Yeah, you're thinking of the hair.
It's not
My immediate
Bex.
thought was McManaman.
This is a Brazil
No, it's somebody
England
that
match.
had silly hair just for the World Cup.
I don't know if it's that silly, but
Number
Not
21.
21.
not Wayne Bridge.
Wait, wasn't that
21 is correct. 21 is
Hargreaves?
not Hargreaves.
No.
It's 2002. Yeah, it could have been. He was a bit of a squad player for his club, I'd say. I mean, he started a fair amount of games too.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Central midfielder.
Central midfielder.
His last name is related to a body part. Body area. Brazilians are famous for this body part. Nicky Butt is correct.
Nicky
Zagon.
Butt.
Nicky Butt.
Brazilians are famous for this body part.
Yes.
Well, I want to see the hair because it's the way it's fuzzed out. It makes it look really weird. But
Yeah, it
I
does
think,
kind of
yeah,
look
yeah.
like that.
Oh, it's his
Okay.
hand that makes it look like it's.
Yeah, I thought it was like a
Oh,
big
it's his
wing.
hand. That's what you get. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his hand.
Apologies if anyone can hear the rain coming through my mic. It's an absolute monsoon outside my window.
Oh, no, I can't tell. Alrighty,
No,
moving
no,
on.
yeah.
Can you guess these two players playing against each other in the El Clasico?
R9?
Speaking of, R9 is correct.
Yeah.
And is that Roberto Carlos?
Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos and R9.
Yeah.
Oh, Milo, great shout.
El Clasico, great one. What is rain? Oh. And we have these two fellows. Can you guess these players? Barcelona players. Carlos
Yeah.
Costa.
Is one of them
Guardiola.
Stoichkov?
No, not Stoichkov. You guys can look at chat whenever you want. I'm gonna give you guys get first dibs.
Oh yeah, Greg's Romario.
Romario is correct, and Pep Guardiola is correct as well.
Nice. Well done, chat. Yeah, as soon as Greg typed that, I'm like, yeah, it's Romario. Oh, Zagon, he also put
Zagon
Romario.
got it. Yeah, Zagon got it. Extreme got it. Very nice. Looks like Muhammad Ali on the right. All right, and I believe this is the final one. Yes, this is the final one. Can you name these two players? 1986. Romario and Freddie Mercury.
Mark Hughes.
Gary Lineker.
Mark Hughes and Gary Lineker.
yeah.
Look at these guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, Milo and I
1986.
nailed the oldest photo there is.
yeah, we will
That's
get
why
that
I tried
one.
to. I put it on a gradient. You know, I tried to put it on a gradient.
Too easy, man. That one. Yeah.
Okay,
Too easy.
next game, guys. Next game. This is a new game. We're calling it Fact or Bluff. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna name a player or manager. We're gonna do. The theme for this week is gonna be. Okay. First off, odd or even Milo.
Even.
Even. I'm holding two. Do you want to do FA Cup winning managers or El Clasico players? Barca or Madrid players?
Let's do El Clasico players.
Okay, El Clasico. So now I'm going to name a player, and you have to tell me how many teams you can say that he played for. And we're going to go back and
Okay.
forth. Say that player is Harry Kane, right? This is an example. I'll say I can name 2 teams he played for. And then Cultured says I can name 3. And then Milo says I can name 4. And I say I can't name more than 4. And Cultured says I can't name more than 4. Milo, name all 4. And you have to name them.
Oh yeah.
Okay? And if
All
you
right.
can do it, you get a point. We have I think 3 or 4 points up for grab.
More imaginary points. Excellent.
This might be tricky, but Milo, you won. You get the first guess. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you the total. How many? But Ronaldo Nazario, R9. How many teams can you name that he played for? And we'll. I'll give you. 10 seconds to say a number.
Oh.
I mean, the wager can wait. Like, the betting can take a while. Chad, don't.
I'm gonna open with 4.
4. Cultured. Can you do better than 4?
That's the exact number I worked out in my head that I could safely go for was 4.
He could be bluffing. He could be bluffing, Cultured. He could be bluffing.
Can I get more than 4? Yeah, go on. I'll go 5. Why not? I'll go 5.
5. He's got 5, Milo.
Okay.
Is he? He
I'll
might
go-
be bluffing.
I'll go 6.
Oh.
No, I definitely can't do more than 6.
Okay, Milo. Well, I'll give you, let's say, 45 seconds to name 6. Go for it.
Inter Milan,
Correct.
Real Madrid, Barcelona,
Correct. 3,
AC Milan,
4,
PSV.
5. One more. We just need one more.
This is a Brazilian team guess, so I don't know. Corinthians.
Correct.
Oh,
This
he's
is
got it.
correct.
Yes!
Oh,
Very nice, Milo.
great work, by the way.
That's a point
Great
for Milo.
work.
Is there any
And-
more teams?
Was there more? Was
There's
there any
one more team. Anyone know the last team? It's the team he started at. Oh, Zegon got it. Cruzeiro. Wow, how did you know that, Zegon?
Cruzeiro.
14 appearances, 12 goals for Cruzeiro.
Don't
Very
you think
nice.
it's crazy that he played for Inter AC and Real and Barca?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think a player will ever do that again.
That's pretty wild.
Well, there's no loyalty in Italy. There's loads of people that have done AC and Inter. But
True.
to do those 4, I think, is a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. We have 2 more. Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o. Milo, since you won, why don't you throw out a number? Yeah, you can use a whiteboard if you want. I don't know. I don't really. Yeah.
I'll start with 2.
No, Zegon. No. Hold on. Don't help them. Don't look at chat. Close chat. Close chat.
Okay.
Close chat. Don't look at
I
chat.
don't have chat.
Don't look at chat.
I just have Discord.
Don't help them, chat. Don't help them yet.
I
Milo?
only have 2. I'm going with 2 for now.
Oh,
3.
maybe he's bluffing. Okay, Cultured's saying 3. And loan moves count as well. If you want to throw those
Actually,
in.
can I up it to 4?
You can up it to 4.
4. Yeah, 4.
I can match 4, but I don't think I can beat 4.
So 4.
Okay.
Okay,
Right,
go.
Barcelona,
Correct.
Mallorca,
Correct.
Chelsea,
Mallorca, Chelsea, correct. That's 3.
Anzi Makahaka Chakalaka in Russia.
Oh wow,
do I add?
that's 4.
Yeah.
That's it. Any bonus you guys want to try to throw in there?
I had Inter.
Everton.
Inter Milan, correct. Everton, correct.
Inter Milan.
6. Let's see what Zegon put. He put Mallorca, Barca, Inter. Okay, we covered all those. He played for Real Madrid. 3 appearances,
Wow.
no goals. 1997 to 2000. He went on loan to Leganes.
Did he?
Espanyol and Mallorca, who later signed him.
Wow.
He
I
went on-
remember him at Mallorca. I remember him bursting on the scene at Mallorca. Well, bursting on my scene at Mallorca.
After Everton, I don't know if anyone else wrote this. After Everton, he went to Italy to play for Sampdoria. 18 appearances, 2 goals. Then he went to, I believe this is either Russia or Turkey. I don't know. Antalyaspor. I think that's Turkey.
Yeah, Antalyaspor, Turkey. Yeah.
Antalyaspor. And then Konyaspor, also Turkey. And finished his career in Qatar. 587 appearances, 293 goals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great player.
Yeah.
Let's do a manager for the last one. We'll go to the FA Cup.
So managers.
Okay. We'll do Rafa Benitez.
Ooh.
Rafael Benitez. We'll throw him in. You guys, type it up. Queue up your answer until we lock it in. Until they guess.
We've got chat closed. So.
Those were all players that play for Barca and Real Madrid.
Oh.
We'll do one manager, and if we have time, we'll do one more. We'll do one more player. The last player is a little tricky, though. I think I don't know. I could get. So Rafa.
I'm
gonna go
Rafael
4. 4. Okay.
I think I've got 5.
Would it be more fun if I told you the total number that they have?
No.
Okay.
No,
right.
I don't think so.
Okay. Hold on, Zegon. Hold, Zegon. Hold.
You're going 5.
Don't read chat.
You're going 5. Hang on, let me think. Can I think for a minute then? Because if he's going 5, like...
think.
I think I've got a confident 5 as well.
There we go. So what's it at? 5 is the wager right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very tempted to up it to 6. No, I'll stick 5 because I've got a confident 5.
Okay.
I've wrote one down that I don't know if he did do it or not.
Don't read chat, guys. Don't read chat. Read chat.
I haven't got chat open.
All right. Well, I'm going to stick with 4, and then Cultured says he's got 5. So go on, Cultured. Let's hear him.
Everton. Liverpool.
2.
Newcastle.
3.
Napoli.
4.
Valencia.
5.
Real Madrid for 6.
6. That's 6. You want to keep going? Anybody?
I have 7 then.
Yeah. What's the next one? Is it Inter Milan?
Chelsea.
You said
Chelsea.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Chelsea's correct. Oh. So Culture gets a point.
I didn't have. I had Rail and then I crossed it out. I couldn't remember.
Now let's read chat. Give us your answers now.
Did I say Valencia? Did I say Valencia?
I thought you said Valencia.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
You said Valencia, Liverpool, Napoli, Madrid, Newcastle, Everton. You said 7. Or maybe you didn't say Valencia. I don't remember.
And did anyone get them all in chat?
Chelsea. Let's see. Who else?
The Chinese club.
Chinese club, correct. Then there's a couple clubs before Valencia.
Oh.
You got to retype it now. I cleared chat.
Was that Sevilla?
Not Sevilla. I just want to see if anybody else gets it before I read them off. Okay,
Extremadura, what are they called?
Extremadura, yes. Extremadura. Also, last night we were just reading that, and Jose Antonio Reyes, his number was retired there.
Yeah.
Dalian Professional, Real Madrid, Valencia, Liverpool, Everton, Chelsea, Inter, Newcastle, Napoli. Nice. We got those Tenerife, Osasuna, Valladolid, and Extremadura, and he began at Real Madrid as a U17 coach, 1986 to 1993.
How much Googling is happening in the chat, by the way? I got to ask.
Who knows? Real Madrid assistant, then Real Madrid Castilla coach, and then he went to Valladolid. Valladolid, you should have known that. All right. And we'll wrap it up with one last one. This is going to be tricky. Remember, chat, wait for them to guess first.
I got my notepad ready.
Javier Saviola.
Oh my god.
As a player?
As a player. This is we're going back to the player.
Oh.
This is the last player. We can keep the other FA Cup managers for another time. This is actually... I think I would be like 2 or 3.
4.
Oh, man. Don't read chat, guys. They're trying to ruin the game.
I've got 4. I know 4. I've got a definite 4 for Javier Saviola.
Okay.
I'm sort of helped out because I have done a bit on him on my podcast.
Oh, okay. There you go. That works. That's the way to do it, Instagram. Just say how many you guys have got. Don't write them out. This is actually really tough. This is really tough. I'm trying to think what I would have got. 1, 2.
Will I go for my 4 and see if Milo has a different club?
I think I've got 4, but I'm really unsure on one of them.
Right.
I mean, it's hard, man. Like, I haven't thought about that player for...
Yeah.
Can you
Decades.
push it to
Since every
5?
club
Can anyone
wanted to
push
sign
it to
him.
5?
Extreme says he's got 5.
Yeah, Extreme says
He's also got
5.
Google.
They've all got Google. 14 beginning with you fives.
Right. River Plate,
Okay.
I'm bringing chat up.
Barcelona,
Okay. Yeah. 2,
Benfica,
3,
Real Madrid,
4.
and I think I only said 4, so this 5th one is a complete.
Oh, that's true.
I think it was Atletico Madrid as well.
I wasn't Atletico Madrid.
Oh, well, I got my 4. So
That yeah, you got the 4. We're putting you down.
Did
for
he
there.
play in Syria?
He played in Serie A very briefly.
For Lazio?
Verona, which I think is
Verona, okay.
Oh, that's Kiev Verona.
Yeah,
Valencia,
Verona.
no, not Valencia. So he was at River Plate, 86 appearances, 45 goals for 3 years. Then Barcelona, and while he was at Barcelona, he went on loan to Monaco, which was listed in chat.
Monaco, yeah.
Also, he went to Sevilla on loan. Then he went to Real Madrid, Benfica, Malaga, Olympiacos, Verona, and back to River Plate.
Mad some
I knew he went to Malaga.
That's a tough
How did
one.
I forget that one?
Malaga.
That's a tough one.
my-
Sorry, guys.
I only really did well with R9. I did well with Eto. I had 4 with Eto.
You guys had
That Saviola one was hard though.
that one was tough.
Yeah,
That was the
yeah.
last one, so we won't have to worry about those again.
I like that game though. I like that.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not bad.
We'll find
Memory
some.
thinker.
We'll do some different themes. Maybe we can do like England players next week or something. With the World Cup and draw and all that stuff. We'll see. But yeah. Then we have when FA Cup comes back around. I got some other good managers.
Nice.
So let's see. What was the score there? Was it so cultured? No,
Team effort.
1-1, 2-1. Okay. Can you name all the clubs Figo played for? There aren't that many.
Inter,
Yeah.
Real,
Barca, Real.
Barca,
And where did he begin? Was the last one. Only 4
Porto?
clubs. Close.
Benfica,
Close.
Sporting.
Sporting.
Lisbon.
Correct.
Yeah, Sporting has to be. Yeah.
All right, so we'll have to figure out something for next time Cultured is on the show. He'll have something, I don't know, like a hat. I don't know.
Hat.
There's a way to put face masks on the screen. Anyways, alrighty, moving on. We have our weekly wrap up, weekly check in, best, worst, quote of the week. Who wants to go first? Who's got a highlight of the week?
I'll go first.
I mean,
I
I'm-
don't mind.
Go on then.
For
Go.
a highlight of the week.
Yeah, what's up, Michigan?
He's been mentioned before on the podcast actually by Milo. Ian Wright.
Ian Wright.
I've just started following him on Twitter, and I think he's really good. I like what he's doing for the women's game, for the Arsenal women's team, like promoting it and getting people to get tickets and go and see it, and then his interactions with sort of different celebrities and different pundits, and he puts the clip. He always uploads his clips of himself when he's a pundit on an Arsenal game, and then it's if they score, like he'll upload his PR team or whatever will upload his reaction to it. Yeah, and I just thought, since Milo mentioned him last time, I've been following him on Twitter since then, and I found it very entertaining and uplifting, I think, which is good. So
He's great.
yeah, that's my good point of the week.
Have you ever seen the clip of him with his teacher, Mr. Pigeon?
No.
So they had him at Highbury. So we were still at Highbury. It's an older clip. He was under the impression like he didn't really have a father figure, right? It's actually it's on YouTube. Go watch it later if you want. He didn't really have a father figure. So this teacher kind of took him under his wing and really helped him and encouraged him, and it was a good role model for him, right? And he thought the guy had died. Somebody had told him that the guy died, like got older and died. And then he was at Highbury, and somebody had arranged this meet, and all of a sudden the guy was standing behind him, and he turns around and he like bursts into tears. It's quite emotional. It's a really cool clip.
Nice.
Remind me to pull that up at the end. We'll watch it at the end.
Sure. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
Did you?
I love. Who doesn't like Ian Wright? Come on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. He's great. He's great. I really enjoy his the way he thinks like a footballer is nice.
He was a great player too. Excellent finisher.
He hasn't lost that. It feels when he talks about the game, he still feels like he is a player. He has that mentality. Any low light of the week for you guys?
Well, yeah, for me, there's been a crash. An aeroplane's crashed here in Asia, in China, which is pretty low. That's where I work in aerospace, so we get all the news about things like that. So yeah, that's pretty bad.
Oh wow.
So yeah, Milo, cheer us up with your positive of the week.
Oh yeah, sorry, we didn't do your positive.
Yeah, I mean, I can do my good and my bad if you want together. Are we doing memory or no?
We'll do the memory at the end. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So my positive of the week, as you guys know, massive. We talk about it every week. Massive motor racing fan over here. All disciplines, but F1 definitely high on the list. And really, really glad the season's back. That's my good of the week. I couldn't be happier about that because I love it. The time zone stuff kind of sucks for some of the races, but I do have F1 TV, so I can watch them whenever I want, really. And we're actually talking about maybe watching some older races at some point in the Discord. So that could be kind of fun, like just pick a classic Grand Prix and just for the sounds of the cars and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Charles Leclerc, Ferrari are back. Red Bull, like, I don't hate Red Bull. I'm not a fan of what went down at the end of last season, but I will say this. It did make me chuckle a little bit what happened on Sunday. Like, I'm just throwing it out there. I have no hate for them. Yeah,
we'll talk some more F1 in the last section as well. We can.
Oh, okay, we're gonna do that. Okay, so that's my good of the week. My bad of the week is F1 Twitter. It is so fucking painful. I have to not read any of it anymore. And do you know what? It got me thinking earlier this week. Social media it's awful.
Yeah,
like, it is literally humble brag after humble brag, and then it's like one person's humble brag gets commented on a bunch of times, and it's literally everyone giving their opinion. Yeah, giving their opinion, and like sometimes I start reading a thread, and I think, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what? Don't even go there. Like, it's a disaster. Like, my social media presence has been really low apart from the channel stuff for a long time. Like, you know when it all came out, like I was on Facebook. Do you remember when Facebook had your name and then and you did your status up at the beginning, right? So like, everyone was on it, right? Like MySpace and then Facebook and then Twitter and blah blah blah, right? And it's got worse and worse and worse now. And like, I've got friends that post. They're almost at the point where they're like, breathed in, breathed out again, breathed in, like fuck off. Sorry, I'm yelling tonight, man. Social media, do one. That's my bad of the week.
Yeah. Do we have a quote?
While we're ranting, about social media, my thing with social media is that it could be brilliant and it should be brilliant, but it's just used in such a bad way. There's so many horrible people out there. But anyway, yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, it's a controversial platform.
It's a necessary evil, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
You
know? Quotes? Do we got anything? Anything? Yeah. Culture? Why don't you go ahead?
Go for it.
Go on, Milo. I haven't got one.
Okay, there we go.
Mine is a quote, but it's somebody. I heard somebody say it, so it's not like a quote. It's more like I heard someone say it, so I'm going to quote them.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask chat to do this and report how it goes next week. So if you're sitting in the next week anywhere in public and a stranger sits next to you, I want you to just stare straight ahead and say, "Did you bring the money?" And let us know what they say.
That's great.
Let us know what they say.
If you can film it, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. That'd be. Some girls are telling me that LinkedIn is the new dating platform for them. Ooh.
Oh
yeah, I got a woman trying to get me to meet her for a date on LinkedIn. I was like, no thanks.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
They can see your career.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a fake.
What Juzzy's saying? What do I say if they say yes? Do you have the stuff?
Leg it.
That would be amazing if that happens. That would be so good.
That'd be good. All right. Last but not least, a memory. Anything you want to reminisce about?
Go on, Milo. You said you had one, and I'll do mine after yours. That's fine.
No, you go first. Go on.
All right. Yeah, my memory was one of it's a strange situation with all the handball stuff that's happening in VAR. It got me and my mates talking about a memory back home where we were playing under 10s, under 11s football or something, and a guy had a shot, and my mate went to block it, and it was literally it was like a volley or a half volley, and it was going straight for his face. So obviously, as a kid, or as anyone, I think you just put your hands up like that. And quite clearly, it was going to hit his face. It wasn't going towards the goalkeeper or anything like that. It was just going to hit him square in the face. Put his hands up, and the ref gave a penalty. And this is like under 11s, maybe under 10s football. And the ref gave a penalty, and you're sort of like looking back on it. You're like, what a dickhead! Like it's an 11-year-old boy who's going to have a ball pelted in his face, full pelt, and he's used his hands to block it, and you've given him a penalty. You're giving a penalty away. It was just like. Yeah, it was just a memory that came up when I was chatting to my friends talking about it, and we played for a club called Bay Juniors, and it was like, can you remember that time it was a cup semi-final or something, and it was like, yeah, and the ref gave that penalty for a handball, and it was never, and we got knocked out by that penalty. It was like a 1-0 loss, I think. So, yeah, but it's amazing how it lived in our memory. But I'm smiling about it now, so it's all fine.
That's a great memory.
Right. In the wall, you know, one on the crotch and then one hand in front of the face. You know, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Right? Yeah, like one hand here. Milo, your memory?
Yeah. So I was thinking this week about Euro 2004, mainly because I need to do a Skype call with my grandparents. So the Euro 2004 game that England got knocked out at was Portugal on penalties, right? And I went to a local pub to watch this game with my granddad. Now, at the time, I was living, and my granddad lives in a brewery town. So there's pubs everywhere, on every corner. Shep and Neem run the town. It's the oldest brewery in England, right? So it's a very scrappy, aggressive working man's town, and the pub as well was kind of a scrappy working man's pub. So this leads into the story. Anyway, I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm gonna talk to him about it. Me and my granddad love football. I, played football. He was always there, when I was a kid. Anyway, so the game went to penalties, right? England, Portugal. About 2 penalties in, the biggest fucking fight I've ever seen in my life kicked off in the pub. Like, it was like a brawl. It was an absolute brawl. Like, people were getting bottled, stabbed, hit with chairs, stools, tables were flying across the pub. Like, it was an absolute shit show. Like, I'm not kidding. There was people flying all over the place. And there's me and my granddad stood there trying to watch the penalty shootout. I just had to stand in front of him and like deflect people as they came flying towards my old granddad.
Jesus.
You know, so like somebody got smacked with a stool and they come flying towards us, and I'm just like a shield, a human shield, like just keep it away from me, granddad. I said to two guys that were fighting towards us, I'm like, just keep it away from me, granddad.
Were there any Portuguese guys there?
Jeez. No, this is all. This is in like bumfuck nowhere in England, mate. Like we're talking. You know what I mean? Like this is deepest.
Did you ever find out what started?
God knows, but all I know is then in come someone called the old bill, like the police came, and they were dragging people out, and the freaking ambulances were showing up.
If Cash is in chat, because I haven't got a chat open, if Cash is in chat. This is what would happen if he went to an Arsenal pub and said that Pep's the best manager in the world.
Exactly. And like Zagon says, so getting back to the football, Ricardo scores the winning penalty. Me and my granddad are like, well, that was shit. You know what I mean? We walk out the pub and there's people getting treated in ambulances and all sorts of people getting handcuffed. Like, I'm like, the first time in years we've gone out and watched a game together and that happens. It was bloody funny. Shit night for football, and for that. But I tell you what, I loved watching football with my granddad. I really did.
Shit football, good memory.
Yeah.
Just adding to Cultured's story. Josie says, my 10-year-old takes his iPad into the backyard when neighborhood kids come around so he can be the VAR. Think about that. People just like soccer parents just sitting on the sideline with their phones filming the game.
No.
Interesting. Anyways, I don't know. All right, last but not least, we're going to try to talk a little F1 when there's a race. What'd you guys think of the first race? I'm a new F1 fan. I got tons of questions and stuff like that. One question, we kind of mentioned a little bit in Discord while we were watching it. The two DRS sections, when Verstappen and Leclerc were going back and forth, right? Verstappen overtook Leclerc, then Leclerc overtook Verstappen. I think they went back and forth 2 or 3 times. And my question was, at the time was, why didn't Verstappen just kind of switch the order, right? Because whoever gets the last overtake takes the lead, right?
Yeah, but I think as I'd alluded to, the DRS zone's very different in length. So that DRS zone 1, you get that toe all the way from the last corner all the way down the straight to turn 1. Right. And then you go through turns 1, 2, basically 1 and 2 at Bahrain. And then you've got a very short DRS zone into turn 3. So, like, if you've made up all that ground and you've got the momentum, you're carrying. It's really hard to describe it. You're carrying so much more speed than the guy in front of you. You can't see it on TV. Right. But like the extra speed you're carrying, if you pull out of that move, you're going to brake so hard, you're going to lose all that time you just gained, and it wouldn't work. Right. So the way it works is you're carrying so much more momentum in, and then as you hit the brake, the wing closes, right? And you've still got to time it, right? You've still got to brake it. They're going to brake earlier because they're coming in hotter, and you just want to get that line on them, and that's why DRS is. Some people don't like it still. Like I prefer F1 before DRS? Maybe, but the problem is we went through a period of time in the sport where there was no overtaking or very, very little overtaking, and it became quite a procession around the track, and that's why DRS is brought in. So I think they'll never, that's the reason at Bahrain, though, that first zone is so long, and it would depend. Like if he was right up behind him going into the last corner, if he was outright quicker than Leclerc, he would have got around him and gone. Right. You know what I mean? Because he would have been in the DRS detection zone and he would have got around him early in that zone and he'd have been gone and he wouldn't have been caught. So it's all to do with your track position and where you're at and where you catch them. And then into that other one, you're going to take your chances that you can hold him off because it's a much shorter zone. I don't know if Culture, I don't know if you agree, but...
I do agree. Yeah, I agree. I just think a lot of it is down to how well Leclerc immediately got behind Verstappen to get the slipstream and the second DRS zone to take the position back. Right. Because you saw it a couple of times back in the midfield where people overtook on the first DRS, and then the positions didn't switch back on the second DRS zone. So I think a lot of credit has to go to how well Leclerc was driving against Verstappen to keep getting that position back in that position in that second DRS zone. Yeah.
Okay. And another question. Oh yeah.
Go on. I was just going to say, I think pace-wise that I think that battle probably would have gone back and forth till the end of the race because Ferrari had great pace out of the DRS zones. So there's no reason he wouldn't have been there the whole way through, and it would have been a bit of a whoever gets there first kind of thing.
Question about tire wear. I don't know if that was if I saw it wrong, but I want to say a couple of the drivers, their first tire change was after the 25th lap. Does that sound about right? Yep. But then after that, they had a couple more pit stops. Yeah, they changed tires, and the race is only 57 laps.
Yeah, so under the new regs, right? They're all learning about. No, under the new regs, they're learning about how the tires wear with the way the cars are now, like with the forces that are being applied to them and the track and everything else. So it's not the same as it was last year, right? Bahrain as well is notoriously brutal on tires. We were talking about this in the Discord after the race. Me and Blackout were talking about it. Like maybe there's a thin layer of sand or something, like on the track at all times. Like who knows? Because
that's what I'm wondering about.
It's notorious for wearing tires out, and I think even more this time because they're only allowed a certain amount of testing, especially as far as tire wear goes. So they're all learning so much from that. Right. Like Mercedes tried the hards because that would have meant they only do one more stop, but the hards just couldn't do it. They weren't good enough for the conditions. So it's
and
one of those.
As the track is raced on, like as more wear is on the track, does that affect the wear of the tires, or does that add grip to the track, or is that even it adds grip? That's a thing, right? That happens. Okay. Yeah, I got a bunch of new questions.
Technically, they're laying rubber down. That's why everyone takes the same racing line, because it's the quickest line, and therefore it has more rubber laid down on it from the tires, which means your tires should technically last a little bit longer because you're getting more natural grip from friction.
The question by Bahrain is more harsh than Monaco and Singapore because Monaco is such a short lap, so it's 72 laps. Prior to these regs, you could do a one-stop race in Monaco, and it would be softs to mediums, and you're done. Unless you got into any kind of incident, and if you were going two-stop, you'd go soft, medium, soft, and it'll vary by team because if Merc were always really good on mediums in the last generation of car. So the yellow wall tires, they were always really, really good on those. They could run longer than anybody else. So there were many races where Hamilton was able to put the yellows on and finish the race because the car was not chewing through them. But other teams weren't. They don't have that. That's another complaint a lot of F1 fans. The tire wear had too much say. Pirelli had too much influence on who could win and who could not, you know what I mean? So that's something else. I don't know if they're trying to get away with that. I think they're all learning. This season's a lot of learning.
Definitely.
Nice. Yeah, that was good. I got a bunch. I'll have a bunch of questions next week, I bet too.
I mean,
I
just love that it.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I love that it's back. I was sad for, Mercedes have won a lot. I'm not sad for them for finishing where they finished, third and fourth, which, thanks to Red Bull's troubles. But I was sad for George Russell, but he'll get his chance. He's a phenomenal driver. I'm a big Russell fan. I think he's just a good personality. Seems like it anyway.
Yeah.
He loves the cameras though, doesn't he, Culture?
He does. Loves the cameras.
He loves all that. Yeah.
Alrighty, and just to wrap up, we're pressed on time. We've gone to our full hour and a half allotted time. Culture, do you want to just plug real quick anything you got coming up on YouTube? I think you have a new Derby save.
Yeah, I've got a new Derby save on Football Manager. So taking over from March the 14th. So they've got their 21-point deduction. They've got no money. They're in administration. They're second bottom in the league. So that's good fun. A really good challenge on Football Manager. Still doing the Botafogo save as well, but got bought out by a really mega John Texter, a mega rich USA guy who's plowed loads of money into the club, so they're not bankrupt anymore, which is a bit annoying. And then The podcast, yeah, the Wikipedia Wanderers podcast. If anyone wants to give that a listen, it's linking to football-related things on Wikipedia using just Wikipedia clicks to see what we go through and what we learn and everything like that. Hence how we came across Javier Saviola and I knew his clubs.
There we go. And Milo, anything you want to plug for this coming week?
This week, what have we got going on this week? I think this week is going to be a little bit of everything. Probably a little bit of Gran Turismo one night to relax, a little bit of Grand Theft Auto to chill and maybe have some fun with you guys. Maybe some hockey. Definitely Sunday there'll be some hockey, I think, maybe.
Yes.
I don't know if we're going to fit in the week. Racing wise, this weekend I've got a good one. I've got a 12-hour of Sebring on iRacing with two other guys. So we're doing a 12-hour of Sebring in an LMP2 car. That's going to be a great time. And then Sunday will be round 3 of the Pint Series, which I finished 6th in my class. So I know different tracks I can be a bit higher. So I'm not unhappy with that though. I think it was a good result. It's a really tough drive, but yeah, I've got a couple of decent races coming up this weekend as well. So all on the channel.
Sounds good. All right, well, thank you very much, guys, for joining.
Thank you.
And with that, we'll wrap up this week's weekend wrap up. They're cheering. They're cheering. You can't hear it. Oh, that's a laugh. There we go. All right. There we go. We'll end it there. We went overtime this week. We went overtime.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's all good. Good.
Thanks,
well,
chat,
I'll be sticking around a bit after as well. If any of you guys want to hang around, take more questions. Milo, I don't know if you want to talk about more F1 stuff. But yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you, Cultured. Thank you, Milo.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Sean, thank you for having me, dude. As always.
Good times. Good times.
A couple of rants in there tonight. I don't know what got hold of me. It's a Monday thing.
That was good, man. I had my my air horn going for you.